Hey, I'm Mia.
And I'm Nhu, and this is the Midway to More podcast. This podcast is for women in midlife navigating their next chapter.
Come sit with us. Hey, I'm Mia.
Hi, I'm Nhu.
And in today's episode, we are going to talk about learning to rest. A lot of women have a lot of different ideas about how they rest. So,
Indeed.
if we talk about resting, so let's talk about what does rest look like for you? Um, I think our childhood shapes our ideas about rest, our
Mm-hmm.
upbringing. So, New, if you had to think about it, how
Mm-hmm.
did how do you how did you form your ideas about rest?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Um, I love to rest. I thinking back to your question about how did I form my ideas, it kind of stems from my family, right? And so from that refugee and immigrant standpoint, we didn't rest a lot as a family. I mean, we had our family business. Um, and
Where's
so
your family from?
well, my family's from Vietnam, so I was
Hmm.
born in Vietnam, and then we immigrated here to the U.S. In 75, and so we've been here for over 50 years. I'm sure people can add up the math
Wow.
and figure out how old I am, but
Uh-oh.
um, so our family we resided in Southern Oregon, and my
Mhm.
folks had they worked full time and then they had our family business, which was we worked at in the food cart industry before food carts were even cool. And
Mhm.
so they really didn't rest most of the summer. In the winter, yes, but resting for us as a family was work. When I say
Mhm.
that, I mean like we we did vacation. My dad was really good about trying to organize some type of trip every few years, but it wasn't like, every year there was something. And so for me, this question, I think really resonates, Mia, because I think, well, how do I organize my schedule? My parents didn't really do
Ah,
that, you know?
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So we kind of worked a lot and we think about sometimes if you think about Sunday as like the Sabbath for some people or Saturday
Mhm.
for some people, taking the time to rest. I don't know that we did that very often. I mean, sometimes we
Mm.
worked, sometimes we just spend time with each other.
Oh,
So
I was gonna say, did
a
rest
family
involve
time.
coming together as a family? Hmm.
Yeah, it did. I can remember, you know, my siblings and I would go to church and then we'd come home and then we'd kind of chill out and I know this sounds funny, but we'd have KFC because my dad really enjoyed KFC. So
Oh,
it would
that's so funny.
I know.
Yeah, I
So
would have
he would
never
pick
thought.
us
Yeah.
up. Yeah, he would pick us up and it was those boxes that had the chicken
Uh-huh.
and then the biscuit and the coleslaw. I mean,
Hmm.
I can really remember this vividly and we would come home and eat together. And so when I think of resting, even though I enjoy cooking, we prepare our food and all of that, and we come together and we break bread, we share a meal. So to me, part of resting from the cultural standpoint for me is coming together, eating with my friends and my family, and kind of catching up, really. So
Hmm.
that's one way that I rest. I don't know, what were some of your vivid memories? Like, how do you guys rest as a family?
Huh. So I don't. I really have to think about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because well, culturally, I guess I'm approaching it,
Mm,
thinking about it a little differently than how you described.
okay.
But as a family, so my mom, um, she's a single mom, but
Mm-hmm.
my dad was around and
Mm-hmm.
involved. But
Mm-hmm.
they weren't together, but she
Mm-hmm.
had five other siblings, and so and they were all
Mm.
very close. So we always came together around food,
Yeah.
which is what most African American families do culturally. Food, and in a lot of culture, I mean, food is
Yeah.
center, but for us, we would always get together as a family at somebody's house, or even if it wasn't the whole family, all the siblings and their kids, there was always a time of, as a child, coming together and resting. Now,
Yeah.
growing up, we did do vacations. We did do, it was mostly like my mom and her sisters and their kids.
Mm-hmm.
We would do um, family vacations. And so my mom worked a corporate job. And
Mm.
so there was rest. But when I say I was thinking about it a little differently from you,
Mm.
I realized just as we were thinking about this episode,
Yeah.
how my mom used to say, like being lazy in our house is a dirty, dirty word.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you cannot be
Right.
lazy. And so I didn't realize how much that
Mm.
resonated with me until I started raising my kids
Right.
because I'm more of I love a clean, organized house. I'm very type A. Um, and so but I feel like that voice of my mother
Mm.
was in my head, like, oh
Mm-hmm.
no, you're not gonna be lazy around here.
Yeah.
Like this is what we're not gonna do.
Yeah.
And so I don't know why for me, and I think maybe it's my upbringing plus my personality type, like
Mm-hmm.
that really resonated with you. With me, do
Mm-hmm.
you think that your culture of your having a family business
Mm-hmm.
and you guys working a lot, like did that resonate with you and how you raised your kids at all? Did that come through or not?
Gosh, that's a really good question. When my husband and I started our family business, our spice business,
Mhm.
we definitely wanted our kids involved, right? Whether it be from like a marketing standpoint or actually participating in physical work.
Mhm.
Um, what you said just now about your mom saying, laziness is not going to be happening at your house, I
Mhm.
that resonates with me 100%. We were just constantly doing stuff. And
Mhm.
so it was really um w- sitting around wasn't an option, or even relaxing, I mean,
Mm.
we
That's
enjoyed
interesting.
watching sports together as a family, but,
Mhm.
but that was probably about it. It wasn't like we were out, seeking the latest restaurant or doing any of that
Um,
type of thing, as
um,
like that's how I kind of think of rest and enjoyment now. Um,
mm,
is like to do those type of activities with my family.
yeah.
I definitely find it to be hard because I can't sit too long. If somebody else is in the kitchen cleaning, it's like, no, I gotta be helping to do that. Like my husband's great at cleaning
Uh-huh.
and all of that. And I can't just let him clean. I have to be a part of it. Like I don't want that stigma of being lazy.
Oh,
Just as you
interesting.
said, like, oh no, but it,
Now, if
but
my
it's,
husband's cleaning,
yeah.
I like no problem sitting back and resting and yeah,
Yeah, and
zero
but he
problem.
he yeah, he'll say, "Hey, relax. I got it. You made
Yeah.
dinner and I'll like literally this happened last night. I made
Hmm.
dinner and he's like, "Hey, relax. I got the dishes." And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." But
Doesn't
that's
feel
really
right
hard.
with you.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
Yeah.
right. And I think that's because I saw my mom do a lot, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And not that my dad didn't wash dishes, but it wasn't clearly defined who did what. I mean, some of it, I guess, there was
Hmm.
the gender roles and things like that, but
Yeah.
but rest, I think for me overall can be hard.
Difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. So for me, I feel like I have both sides. Like when I set my mind to rest, oh, I can listen.
Mm-hmm.
I can rest. No problem, right? Shut everything down and
Mm,
chill. But the issue is with the lazy still coming in,
mm,
can't
mm,
be
mm.
lazy. I
Right.
can't do that until everything is done.
Uh,
If there's something undone, I cannot rest.
mm-hmm.
Can't rest at all. It's hanging over my head like I have to write, like I'm back in college and having to write a 20-page paper or something.
Yeah.
It gnaws at me. So I can't just rest. And then I think culturally for me, being a Black woman in America,
Mm, mm,
um, our stereotype that we're lazy
mm,
and that we, it used to be the word shiftless.
mm,
And so I think a lot of African Americans who are raised in certain kind of households and environments, it's just you just can't do it because we always have to, we feel based
mm,
on our experience that we have to be better than everybody else.
mm,
We don't have the luxury
mm-hmm.
of not being um just handling everything and taking care of everything. And I think for Black women, being
Mm,
a woman, being Black, the double whammy, which I
mm-hmm.
love being a Black woman, don't make no mistake.
Yeah,
um
yeah.
but we just kind of have that pressure. So
Mm,
we I think we do have to learn how to rest, right?
mm-hmm.
So it's not automatic, but for me it's just things have to be done where I then can give myself permission to
Mm-hmm.
rest. So,
Mm. Permission to rest.
permission
Permission to
to rest.
rest.
And it sounds like with you,
Yeah.
you not give yourself permission
No,
ever.
I mean, no, no, no. I can chill and
Mhm.
as much as the next person. I think it's a mindset that I've had to come to now that I've gotten older, you
So that's
know,
changed over time. So rest
totally
for
has
you has
changed over
changed over
time.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
While it still can be difficult because I'm, I think, from the Asian perspective that being productive,
Mhm.
there's worth in being productive, right? And I've kind of grown up thinking, oh, the more productive I am, the more worthy I am, the better person I am, the better mom, the better wife, bop, bop, bop. Oh, let me do that. Let me do that. It's almost a, it's really debilitating, really,
Yeah.
for everyone involved because I'm doing too much. My kids can learn to do some of these things on their own and they know how and they tell me, Mom, just leave it, I'll do it. Right. And so
Mhm.
there's this balance that I'm learning to kind of let go of, hey, not everything has to be swept right away.
Yeah. Mhm.
Not every dish has to be clean all the time. And so there's this kind of piece that I'm letting go that, we got to produce, produce, produce. And I think I've said this before to you
Mhm.
where I try not to be about cranking things out production oriented all the time. But I
Mhm.
like to see results. And I think that's where rest is more than about results. Rest is kind of re-nurturing myself
Absolutely.
so that I can be pleasant. I just want to be pleasant. And I'm not always
Yeah.
pleasant. There are
Mhm.
years where my poor children and husband have to
Oh,
deal with me not being pleasant.
absolutely. I mean, I think women, because we're a lot of times we're overworked, right? In our family,
Yes.
it doesn't matter if you work a 9 to 5 or if you're at home with kids, we're overworked. And
Yes.
so, yeah, it makes us not pleasant. I think my
Hmm.
husband would probably agree. Many years of, and don't, a whole nother
Yeah.
episode we talk about is,
Yeah.
when the body starts to change at a certain age,
Right.
the
Right.
unpleasant stuff. But I don't know. I don't know for me if resting has changed over time. I
Mm.
think, oh, you know what you know how it's changed now that I think about it for me?
Yeah, tell me. We're
Um,
here.
we're here to talk about it. Um, just putting myself first so that I
What?
can rest, right? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have 3 kids. They're all
Hmm.
grown now.
Hmm.
But everything was about them for so long.
Yeah.
And so I'm always the last one to rest.
Mm.
Um,
Hmm.
and make no mistake, I would always get it in some kind of
Hmm.
way, but
Hmm.
not until, like I said, everything was buttoned up and done
Yeah.
and I could give myself permission, which is,
Yeah.
it's a little unhealthy because you need rest along the way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think for me now that it's how it's changed over time is that now I can put myself first, no problem, and have zero guilt about it. So,
Yeah,
um,
I
yeah.
love that. I love that. I think over time for me, um, and this is like my first year and season of being an empty nester. Like in
Hmm.
our family, we have four daughters, and um, the last one went off to college, and it's quiet around here, and
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the quiet. I miss her. I miss all of them. It's a matter of like, oh, I can sit anywhere I want in the house and be
Oh, yeah.
quiet and be quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm finding that I'm enjoying that quiet, um, just to be with my thoughts, just to gaze out. Um, and I don't know that I've had that. We said it, or you said it earlier, a luxury, this
Yeah.
rest thing, but it's this piece that kind of nourishes me and gets me kind of going again. Even with
Yeah.
with not a full house, I kind of need that just to be with myself, be with my thoughts. And I can't believe how much I cherish that now when I have like a little bit of downtime and quiet time. Um,
Good.
and that's changed. That's definitely changed where I don't know that I would be able to sit and just gaze out into the street and look out and just be with my thoughts because I think I was just kind of on the go all the time.
Mhm.
I mean, as soon
Yeah.
as those babies come and raising children, it's like go, go, go. What
Oh,
are their needs?
constant,
What are their
constant,
needs,
and all
right?
about
And like
them.
you
Yep.
said, you know, I do want to kind of put my needs in the forefront now. Um,
Yes.
So, and that's hard. That's really hard.
Yeah, because we've done it for one way for so many years, raising kids, the taxi driving and just everything.
Yeah.
Now I'm also an empty nester. Um, and it's like, whoa, oh, I don't have to be anywhere. I don't have to,
Yeah.
pick up anyone from school,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't
Mm-hmm.
have to, it's a weird feeling, but it's good. And now I have more opportunity. It's okay to rest.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so for you, what does rest look like for you now? You just mentioned a little bit about just being able to be free in
Yeah.
your home.
Yeah. I actually think rest for me, I spend a good amount of time during the week walking. So I walk by myself, sometimes with or without music or listening to things. That's my me time to recharge. It's good for my health too. I've had
Yeah.
some health things that came along the way in the last year, but I think that definitely um, that is rest to me. So I am pretty good at just lying around watching TV too. So
Yeah.
don't send me all of your, episodes that you think are
All
good.
right.
What's they call it? Binge
Yeah,
watching?
binge
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot of them now.
Yeah.
A lot of good
So I
ones.
don't know if that's resting, but I do enjoy doing that from time to time. But just being okay with not producing.
Not
That's what that
producing.
looks, not producing, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
I have got into gardening and doing some crafts, but some might say that's producing. But I do like seeing something from beginning to end. So that might
Yeah.
just be how I'm hardwired, but it is
Yes.
restful for me.
Oh, right,
So
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah. How
Yeah.
about you? What does that look like
Um,
for you?
So I love walking clears my mind too, but
Mm-hmm.
I love to walk on the beach. That is
Mm,
like I just need to be rest for me is being near water.
mm,
And I'm just a beach girl. I was born and
mm-hmm.
raised in
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles, so it's just
Mm-hmm.
kind of just in my blood.
Yeah.
But I love going to a spa, having a full spa day. Like before I would go and have a massage. But
Mm-hmm.
my other girlfriends have taught me like, oh no, you don't go and have a massage and leave. You spend the day there. I'm like, really? So you just kind of tuck away in a corner, read a book, and
Yeah,
drink
yeah.
cucumber water, and then you wait for your massage, and maybe you might get multiple services, or you go.
Ah,
I
okay.
mean, it's they do a full day, and I was like, oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
can do that all day. Like
Okay.
once I get into rest mode,
Yeah.
I can rest. I love binge watching.
Hmm.
Binge watching a series like you is
Yeah.
lovely. I could do that all day. Um, but then I do, you get back to, okay, I've done this. What am I
Yeah.
gonna produce? Like I got to get back to, I think we're both hardwired that
Yeah.
way. Have to be doing something. But that's what it looks like for
Yeah.
me now, water,
Mm.
spa day. Even
Mm-hmm.
like I love food, so going out to eat
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah.
for me, even I'm a shopper, and so shopping, but
Mm.
that, we got to make that one low, low priority.
Well, I'm a thrifter. Does that
Oh,
count?
yeah, that counts totally. Like
But
if
I don't yeah.
whatever soothes your brain
Okay.
and
Okay.
gives you rest,
Yeah,
it
yeah. Yeah.
reading,
Yeah, yeah.
reading. I love like on a rainy day, tucking
Mm-hmm.
away with a book,
Mm-hmm.
anything,
No. Awesome.
anything.
I think, when we talked about doing an episode on learning how to rest, I was thinking, oh, well, we'll just talk about the process of resting, I always think you got to lay down flat and not move. And
Oh yeah,
then, kind of after our conversation, maybe the thing that I need to remind myself, it's not a matter of like what you do or how you do it. It's just the thought of you got to do it,
you
you
have
know.
to do it.
It's not
Yeah,
people rest in a lot of different ways. You just have to build it into your
make
uh
it a priority.
priority. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the biggest thing that I got from this conversation today, as far as, rest goes.
Yeah. I've found a few quotes that kind of hit me really hard with the idea of rest. So
Uh-huh.
there's a lady named Trisha Hersey. She's a
Okay.
poet, artist, activist, and she's
Mm-hmm.
the founder of the Nap Ministry. And she says,
Yes.
rest is a form of resistance. For Black women especially, to rest is to push back against a system that was built on our exhaustion. And
Yes.
so pretty much the core idea is that rest can be a tool for generational trauma, right?
Mm.
If you've just always had to work or always had to
Mm-hmm.
work for self-worth, approval, whatever, that resting and going against that, is healing. And
Mm-hmm.
then also rest creates space for imagination and joy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, if we have to think about it not as something that maybe we shouldn't do because we shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
give ourselves so much privilege, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's a space for to find joy and imagination. So also these are all these takeaways I found that kind of blew me away. Rest isn't extra. It's
Mm-hmm.
necessary for
Mm.
survival and freedom, especially in marginalized communities, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we're always having to work, 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 prove, prove, prove.
Yeah.
No, we may know our worth, but still other people, you might need to prove it. And so resting is a place of freedom and survival
Mm-hmm.
so that we can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then there is Audre Lorde. Or I think I might have I want to find this quote from Audre Lorde, which is
Oh,
really
she's good. Mm-hmm.
self-preservation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she says, caring for myself is not self-indulgence.
Right.
It is self-preservation, same idea. And it's an act of political warfare. And
Mm-hmm.
so, um, with regard to political warfare, that it's a strategy to stay alive so that we can continue to fight. Because if
Mm-hmm.
we are burnt out, we have no fight left in us. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know. That's why I was like, whoa, that's a whole nother,
No, that's
lane to think
good.
about rest.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the bottom line for us, at least for me, having this conversation with you, is that it's necessary, it's
Mm-hmm.
so important, and it's for self-preservation, and we have to give ourselves permission to rest
Mm-hmm.
and that it's okay. And it's okay to put yourself first sometimes
Mm-hmm.
in order to get the rest you need. I don't know.
Full stop. Thank
Yeah.
you for that. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's so interesting how culture,
Mm-hmm.
upbringing
Yeah.
shapes our ideas around our gender, you know,
Mm. Yes, all
sometimes
of those.
all of
All of the
those,
above.
all of the above can shape how we think about rest. But the bottom line is we all need it and we all need to do it more and we need to take it seriously because it affects our mental health, our
Mm-hmm.
physical health, our
Mm-hmm.
spiritual health, all of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
As always, I learned so much from you, Mia, and I enjoy our
same
time
advice
so
from you.
much. Just
Yeah.
thank you for your openness. I just want to share with our listeners, if anything that we said today resonated with you, we encourage you to follow us, click the like button,
Yeah. Comment.
leave us a comment, all of the above. We've just enjoyed our time and we hope that you all get some rest, much needed
Yes.
rest.
Much need a rest. Gotta rest.
Yeah. We'll see you next time.
See you next
Thank
time.
you.